Hey, and welcome to English Avenue Podcast,
where we learn English through real daily life conversations. I'm Anna.
And I'm Jake. Hi, Anna. Hey, everyone. I'm glad you're here because this one is going to be very useful for real conversations.
Jake, I have a question for you. Do you remember what you did yesterday?
Yesterday. Give me a second. My brain is opening yesterday's folder.
Yesterday's folder?
Yes, and it has too many files. Coffee, messages, one random problem, and maybe a snack I didn't need.
That sounds like a real day.
Very real. So I guess today's topic is yesterday.
Yes, how to talk about yesterday in English.
I like this topic already. Yesterday's still fresh, but now we can talk about it like a little story.
That is a very Jake way to explain time.
What can I say? Yesterday gives us material.
So today, we'll help you talk about yesterday in a more natural way, not just yesterday was good.
Because yesterday was good is fine, but it is a little empty.
Right. We want to show you how to add small details, feelings, and useful be-to phrases.
So instead of sounding basic, you can sound clear, natural, and a little more confident.
Exactly. So, Jake, let me ask you, how was your yesterday?
Yesterday was more eventful than I expected.
Oh, that is already a great sentence.
Thank you. I'm starting strong today.
You are. And eventful means full of things happening. So when you say yesterday was more eventful than I expected, you mean more things happened than you thought would happen.
Exactly. I thought it would be a quiet, normal day. You know, answer emails, drink coffee, pretend my to-do list was friendly.
Pretend your to-do list was friendly?
It was not friendly, Anna. It was standing there like a tiny boss.
That is so real.
Then, out of nowhere, an old friend called me and said, "Are you nearby?"
Oh, interesting.
And I was nearby, so I met him for coffee.
Nice. If you meet someone by chance without planning it, you can say, I ran into an old friend.
Ah, so ran into means met someone unexpectedly.
Exactly. But in your story, he called you first, so it is better to say, I ended up meeting an old friend.
Good point. I didn't exactly run into him on the street. He called me first.
Right. But learners, remember this. I ran into an old friend is perfect when you meet someone by chance.
Like at a supermarket, at a cafe, or outside your building.
Exactly.
Nice. In my case, I planned to stay home, but I ended up meeting an old friend for coffee.
That sounds natural, and ended up means something happened even though it was not your original plan.
Yes, I planned to stay home, but I ended up going out.
Beautiful sentence.
And honestly, it turned out better than I expected.
Great phrase. Turned out means the result was a certain way.
So if I say it turned out better than I expected, it means the result was better than I thought.
Exactly. You can use it when the result surprises you.
Yesterday started like a normal sandwich, but somehow turned into a whole dinner.
I love that metaphor. A normal sandwich became a whole dinner.
That is yesterday for you. You open the door for one small plan, and suddenly 3 more plans walk in.
That is a very useful daily life idea. Sometimes we think yesterday was simple, but when we talk about it, we realize many small things happened.
Yes, and that is why learners need phrases, not just verbs.
Absolutely. Of course, past simple is important. I went, I saw, I finished, I met. But natural English is more than listing actions.
Yes, if I say, yesterday I woke up, I worked, I ate, I slept, it sounds like a robot diary.
A robot diary.
Day completed. Food consumed. Human tired.
Very emotional robot.
Thank you.
A better answer would be, yesterday was pretty eventful. I had a few things to finish, but I managed to get them done. Later, I ended up meeting an old friend, and the evening turned out really nice.
That sounds much more natural, and managed to is useful there.
Very useful. Managed to means you succeeded in doing something, especially when it was not easy.
So if I say I managed to get everything done, it means it was not simple, but I did it.
Exactly. It sounds stronger than only saying I did everything.
I like that. I managed to finish my work sounds like there was a little battle, but I won.
Yes, a small daily life battle.
The to-do list tried. I survived.
Perfect. And that full answer gives time, action, feeling, and result.
Time, action, feeling, result. That is a nice pattern.
Yes, and learners can use that pattern when they talk about yesterday.
So instead of saying, yesterday was good, say what happened and how it felt.
Exactly.
Anna, what about your yesterday? Was it eventful too?
It was, but in a different way. Yesterday started a little messy.
Messy like a busy schedule or messy like coffee on the floor?
Thankfully, no coffee on the floor. More like many small tasks arriving at the same time.
Ah, the everything needs me at once kind of day.
Yes, I had messages to answer, something to finish, and one small problem that took longer than expected.
That phrase is useful. Took longer than expected.
Very useful. It means something needed more time than you thought.
Like when you say, I will clean my room in 10 minutes, and 2 hours later, you are reading old papers from 2018.
Yes, cleaning often turns into a memory museum.
A memory museum. That is painfully accurate.
Yesterday, one small task became a memory museum for me. I thought it would take 20 minutes, but it took almost 2 hours.
So you could say it took longer than expected?
Yes, and by the afternoon, I felt a bit overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed means too much is happening, right?
Yes, too much information, too much work, too many feelings, or too many things to handle at once.
Like your brain has 20 tabs open and one of them is playing music, but you cannot find which one.
That is the perfect metaphor for overwhelmed.
Thank you. My brain has used that system many times.
Mine too. So I could say the afternoon felt a bit overwhelming.
That sounds natural and honest.
Yes, not too dramatic, just honest.
I like that. A bit overwhelming sounds softer than terrible.
Exactly. It helps you describe a difficult moment without sounding too heavy.
So, yesterday can be good, bad, busy, messy, surprising, or worthwhile.
Nice word, Jake. Worthwhile.
I learned from the best.
Worthwhile means something was worth the time, effort, or energy.
So even if yesterday was tiring, it can still be worthwhile.
Yes, for example, the day was busy, but it felt worthwhile.
That is a strong sentence.
It is. You can use it after work, study, travel, helping someone, or finishing something difficult.
Like, the meeting was long, but it was worthwhile.
Perfect.
Or, I spent hours helping my cousin, but it felt worthwhile.
Very natural.
See, Anna, this is why I like talking about yesterday. It is not just what happened, it is what it meant.
That is beautiful.
I am having a wise moment. Please respect it.
I do respect it, Jake.
Thank you.
And this is important for English learners. When you talk about yesterday, don't only list events. Add meaning.
Like a plain cake versus a cake with frosting.
Exactly. The events are the cake. Your feelings are the frosting.
Now I want cake.
You often want food during our episodes.
I am consistent.
That you are.
So, Anna, can we give learners a simple formula?
Yes. Try this. Yesterday was, then say the feeling or overall result.
Okay. Yesterday was eventful.
Then add what happened.
I had a lot going on, but I managed to finish most of it.
Then add a result or feeling.
It turned out better than I expected.
Perfect. Full answer. Yesterday was eventful. I had a lot going on, but I managed to finish most of it. It turned out better than I expected.
That sounds B2, but still easy to understand.
Exactly. That is the sweet spot.
Not too simple, not too fancy.
Right. Natural and useful.
Hey, this is the kind of episode where learners may want to hear the sentences again later.
Definitely, because phrases like turned out, managed to, and worthwhile are easier to understand than to use quickly.
Yes, you hear them and think, nice, I know that. Then someone asks, how was yesterday? And your brain gives you one lonely word, good.
Poor lonely good.
It needs friends.
It does, and that's why we made the interactive transcript inside the English Leap Club.
It is not just a normal transcript.
Right, you can tap any line to hear it.
And you can tap a word for its meaning.
So if you like a sentence like, yesterday turned out better than I expected, you can tap the line, hear it again, tap the words, and practice at your own speed.
It's like a little practice room for the episode.
Exactly. You can find the link to the English Leap Club in the description of this video.
Nice. Now, I have a question, Anna.
Go on.
What if yesterday was not interesting? What if nothing special happened?
Great question. You can still talk about it naturally.
Really?
Yes, you can say, yesterday was pretty quiet, or nothing major happened, or it was a simple day, but I enjoyed it.
Nothing major happened sounds very natural.
It does. It means nothing big or important happened.
So I don't need to create a Hollywood movie from my Tuesday.
No, please don't.
Good, because my Tuesday sometimes has one plot, laundry.
And even then, you can say, yesterday was quiet. I stayed home, caught up on a few things, and took it easy.
Caught up on is useful.
Yes, to catch up on something means to do something you didn't have time to do earlier.
Like, I caught up on emails.
Exactly. Or I caught up on housework.
Or I caught up on sleep.
Perfect.
That sentence is important. Many people need to catch up on sleep.
Very true.
So a quiet yesterday can still sound natural if you add small, real details.
Yes, small details always help.
What if yesterday was frustrating?
Then be honest, but still calm. You can say, yesterday was a bit frustrating.
Not, yesterday was a disaster.
You can say that if it really was a disaster, but a bit frustrating sounds more balanced.
I like balanced English. It makes you sound calm.
Exactly. For example, yesterday was a bit frustrating because everything took longer than expected.
That is a very real sentence.
Or, I had a lot going on, so the day felt a bit overwhelming.
Useful.
But then you can add a positive ending. Still, I managed to get through it.
Ah, managed to again.
Yes. And remember, managed to means you succeeded even though it took effort.
Like, I managed to finish my work.
Exactly.
Or, I managed to stay calm.
Very good.
Or, I managed to find my keys, which were not in the fridge this time.
That is progress.
Personal growth.
So a stronger answer could be, yesterday was a bit overwhelming, but I managed to finish everything. When I look back on it, I'm glad I didn't give up.
That is nice. Look back on means when I think about it now?
Exactly. Look back on it means to remember something from the past and think about it later.
So instead of just reporting yesterday, I'm reflecting on it.
Perfect. That is the difference. Reporting is saying what happened. Reflecting is saying what it means to you now.
Reflect, not just report. That is good.
When you report, you only say what happened. When you reflect, you say what it meant or how you feel about it now.
That is the difference between a list and a story.
Beautiful.
A list says, I worked, I ate, I slept.
A story says, yesterday was tiring, but it turned out to be worthwhile.
Much better.
Exactly.
Hey, before we continue, if you are enjoying this episode, please like this video and subscribe to English Leap Podcast.
And write one sentence in the comments about yesterday.
You can start with, yesterday turned out,
Or, yesterday was more eventful than I expected.
or I managed to.
Keep it simple. The goal is practice, not perfection.
Yes, one honest sentence is enough.
Now, let's build a few natural answers together.
I love this part. It feels like building with language blocks.
Exactly. Let's start with a normal yesterday.
Okay.
Basic answer. Yesterday was good.
Very common.
Better answer. Yesterday was pretty calm. I caught up on a few things at home and took some time to rest.
Nice. It gives detail.
Now a busy yesterday.
Basic answer. Yesterday was busy.
Better answer. Yesterday was more eventful than I expected. I had a lot going on, but I managed to get most things done.
That sounds very natural.
Now a surprising yesterday.
Basic answer. I met a friend.
Better answer. I unexpectedly ran into an old friend and we ended up talking for almost an hour.
That is much richer.
Yes, unexpectedly means something happened in a surprising way.
And ran into means met someone by chance, like we said earlier.
Exactly.
Like, I ran into my neighbor at the supermarket.
Perfect.
Unless you literally ran into them with a shopping cart.
That is a different situation.
Apologize first, then use English.
Good advice.
So, ran into usually means met by chance.
Yes,
And unexpectedly adds surprise.
exactly. I unexpectedly ran into an old friend.
That sentence feels very natural.
It does.
Can I try a full answer?
Please do.
Yesterday was more eventful than I expected. I planned to stay home, but I ended up meeting an old friend for coffee. We talked for almost an hour, and honestly, it turned out to be really worthwhile.
That was excellent, Jake.
Thank you. I sounded like a person with a life.
You are a person with a life.
Sometimes my sofa disagrees.
Fair.
Your turn, Anna.
Yesterday felt a bit overwhelming at first because I had a lot going on. But I managed to finish the important things, and when I look back on it now, I feel proud of myself.
That sounds so natural, and I like that it has a beginning, middle, and feeling.
Yes, that is a great way to describe yesterday.
Beginning, it felt overwhelming.
Middle, I managed to finish the important things.
Feeling, now, I feel proud.
Exactly.
So learners can talk about yesterday like a small story.
Yes, yesterday is not just a date, it is a little story you can tell.
That is a good metaphor. Yesterday is a small suitcase. You open it, and inside there are moments, feelings, and maybe one forgotten snack.
Why is there always food in your metaphors?
Because food is reliable.
Fair enough.
Okay, before we chase snacks through the suitcase, shall we move to our hero segment?
Yes, let's do it.
You know what that means.
It is time for the word tour. This is where we take the most useful words and phrases from today's conversation and practice them slowly.
Today, we'll say each word or phrase naturally, then show you real-life moments where you can use it.
And for each one, we'll give you simple sentences you can actually use when you talk about yesterday.
Our first word is eventful.
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 Eventful. Eventful.
Eventful means full of things happening.
Maybe you thought yesterday would be quiet, but many things happened.
You could say, yesterday was more eventful than I expected.
Or maybe you had meetings, phone calls, and a surprise visit.
Then you could say, it was an eventful day.
And if the day was busy but interesting, you can say, yesterday was busy but eventful.
Nice. Our next phrase is turned out.
Turned out.
Turned out.
Turned out. Turned out.
Turned out means the final result was a certain way.
Maybe you expected yesterday to be boring, but it became nice.
You could say, yesterday turned out better than I expected.
Or maybe a plan seemed difficult, but the result was good.
Then you could say, the meeting turned out well.
And if something became different from your expectation, you can say, it turned out to be a good experience.
Very useful. Our next phrase is ran into.
Ran into.
Ran into.
Ran into. Ran into.
Ran into means met someone by chance.
Maybe you saw an old friend at the supermarket.
You could say, I ran into an old friend yesterday.
Or maybe you met your neighbor outside without planning it.
Then you could say, I ran into my neighbor after work.
And if it was surprising, you can say, I unexpectedly ran into someone I knew.
Good. Our next word is managed to.
Managed to.
Managed to.
Managed to. Managed to.
Managed to means you succeeded in doing something, often when it was not easy.
Maybe you had many tasks, but you finished them.
You could say, I managed to finish everything before dinner.
Or maybe you were tired, but you still went to class.
Then you could say, I managed to attend the class.
And if yesterday was difficult, but you got through it, you can say, I managed to get through the day.
Excellent. Our next word is worthwhile.
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 Worthwhile. Worthwhile.
Worthwhile means worth the time, effort, or energy.
Maybe the day was tiring, but you learned something important.
You could say, it was tiring, but it felt worthwhile.
Or maybe you helped someone for a long time.
Then you could say, helping them was worthwhile.
And if a meeting or trip was useful in the end, you can say, it turned out to be worthwhile.
Beautiful. Our final phrase is look back on.
Look back on.
Look back on.
Look back on. Look back on.
Look back on means to remember it and think about it later.
Maybe yesterday was hard, but now you feel proud.
You could say, when I look back on yesterday, I feel proud.
Or maybe you are glad you made a certain choice.
Then you could say, when I look back on it, I'm glad I went.
And if the day taught you something, you can say, looking back, I learned a lot from yesterday.
Great job. Now let's put today's words together in one natural answer.
Listen first.
Yesterday was more eventful than I expected. I ran into an old friend, managed to finish my work, and even though the day was busy, it turned out to be worthwhile. When I look back on it, I'm glad everything happened the way it did.
That was beautiful. Now let's say it slowly together.
Yesterday was more eventful than I expected.
I ran into an old friend.
I managed to finish my work.
The day turned out to be worthwhile.
When I look back on it, I'm glad.
Beautiful. Now try to make your own sentence.
Start with, yesterday was.
Or, yesterday turned out.
Or, when I look back on yesterday.
And if you want to practice today's word tour again, the interactive transcript is inside the English Leap Club.
Tap any line to hear it. Tap a word for its meaning.
So you can listen again, understand the words, and practice these sentences until they feel natural.
The link is in the description.
Before we go, let's review a few useful sentences from today.
Yesterday was more eventful than I expected.
Yesterday turned out better than I expected.
I ran into an old friend.
I managed to finish everything.
It was tiring, but it felt worthwhile.
When I look back on yesterday, I feel proud.
And one bonus sentence. Nothing major happened, but it was still a nice day.
I love that sentence.
Me too, because not every yesterday needs fireworks.
Exactly.
Sometimes a small, normal yesterday is still worth talking about.
So tell us in the comments, how was your yesterday?
Keep your sentence simple. The goal is practice, not perfection.
If this episode helped you, please like the video, subscribe to English Leap Podcast, and share it with a friend who is learning English.
Thank you for spending this time with us.
Keep listening, keep practicing, and keep turning your real life into real English.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Take care of your English.
And take care of your heart.
This is Anna.
This is Jate.
And you have been listening to the English Leap Podcast. Bye!
Your progress doesn't end here. To continue advancing your English skills, click on the next video or explore the additional videos we've thoughtfully selected for you.